This podcast is part of the Zero to Hero Podcast Network.
You stay right here.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.
We heard the voices. We can hear them. We can touch them. We're gonna find out who they really are.
Well, now that's a terrible idea. I'm gonna do that one more time because I felt like I sloshed it.
You do like play Beyblade as well.
Ooh, man, I haven't seen those.
Whoa, you said Beyblades. Wait, so you get the new ones, all the new stuff?
Oh, the Beyblade X, absolutely. But
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you this, the only reason I did was because Takara told me. Because from what I believe, because I haven't done it, because I don't want to say something and someone will be like, oh, that's wrong. But from what I believe is that Takara Tomi's making the toys, but then Hasbro's distribute them in the like basically Hasbro is just the American distributor. Because on all of the Beyblades, you see the Takara Tomi's logo. And I hated Hasbro Beyblades. Like the new ones, like back in the day, like the G Revolution and the V Force. Because I was really big into Beyblade. That's actually, I haven't purchased it recently, but that's something that's a mini collector thing for me. Like in storage, I have like unopened boxes of Japanese Beyblades that are worth a pretty penny right now. Like the Dragoon V2, the drawn one of the Dronzers that's, I think it's worth like 400 right now. Like one of the real good Dronzer Beyblades. But yeah, those were so fun. I loved playing with those as a kid. And then my 3-year-old, he loves playing. He can't rip the cord to save his life. So I have to dumb my launch down to like not like just blow him out the water. But that stuff is so fun.
I'd be like, no mercy. You know,
I did it the first couple times. I'm like, you know,
Get good, son.
And,
Get
like anybody who's
good.
anybody's had kids or have talked with kids, like 3-year-olds, like that age is so awesome. And he said he will. And one time I beat him the first time because I did the whole no mercy. And he looked at me. He goes, "Daddy, I wasn't expecting that." I lost it because it was just so out of pocket. I didn't expect him to say something like that. He says, "Next time you won't beat me, Daddy." And it's just his wordplay. We think he's going to go beat you.
Next time you won't beat me. You're like, you sure about that?
You sure about that, son? Because at that point, I was like, all right, we're not doing it. I let him win one time. But I'm one of those people, some people like my wife will tell me I need to calm it down, but I'm not one of those dads that let my kids win.
I know you clicked on our icon and it pressed play for you, so I know that you're really interested in this week's episode with Zero to Hero with Billy and Jim. Boy, I just froze up on that last part. Jim, how you doing today? I'm not gonna try it again. We're just rolling with it.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
So tonight's episode should be really fun. Not should, it will be fun because we have a new voice to the podcast tonight.
Don't
Jim.
you lie to them?
The joke. Hey, there he is. Well, we gotta hype him up, Jim, because he's our second ever Gunpla builder that I've kind of ran across on TikTok, and what sold me was his 00 model kits in the background. And he didn't know that, but we became best friends at that moment. So we got to introduce the one and only FreezyBuilds off of TikTok and Instagram. Welcome.
What's going on?
Welcome tonight to the shenanigans, buddy.
Wait, before we continue, disclaimer: we're not cheating on you, Jacob. I swear to God, we're not.
Oh,
Continue.
yeah.
No, thanks for having me. It's so awesome. Yeah, you guys are taking my podcast virginity away. It's my first podcast ever.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh
yeah. So like when I got the message to do it, and I was like, oh heck yeah! And I remember typing to you guys, and I was like trying not to be like over giddy, like oh yeah, like I tried to be so nonchalant about it, like I'm down. Let's
Yeah.
do it. But like in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, I love how you interact with people on your live streams and stuff, and that's why I was like, I think he'd be really good to talk to us because you got the gift of gab, so and we do as well. And you're very
Yeah,
interesting.
gotcha.
You do some really cool kits, and your favorite season is our favorite season. Well, my favorite season. Jim doesn't. I don't know what he likes anymore. So
We'll have to ask him
I'm
later.
gonna take that secret to my grave.
okay. Well, yeah. So thanks for joining us. Let's get into this. So normally we do our pickups and then bring the guest in, but I know that you picked up some stuff too. So as our guest,
Yeah.
what did you pick up recently?
So you might find it silly, but I was at Walmart
Oh,
and
go on.
I picked up the special time edition Pokemon.
Oh,
And they only had this one left. It was the Pikachu one. It's an all yellow, and they have the starters.
okay.
They have
I saw the Bulbasaur one.
Squirtle. They have Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur, and I want to get them all because
Okay.
Pokemon was like my childhood, and I want to
Oh,
frame them.
yeah.
I want to go to like a comic store and get like something to like save this in because I know like
Slab
people
them.
are like, slab them. I don't know the correct term for them. And then let me look. Let's see what else we got.
Oh yeah.
We also picked up.
It's a big box.
It's a big one. We picked it up. It is the Master Grade Ultron Endless Waltz. This is a
Ooh.
premium Bandai kit that's not really in stock in the US. You got to find it on eBay or if
Ooh.
premiumbandai.com drops it. But this is pretty
wow.
cool. It was green. That's my favorite color. So I was like, I got to have this. And Gundam Wing is one of my favorites as well. So like,
Yes.
double half. I had to get off of eBay for a pretty penny, but it was worth it. It came from Japan, and it's safe and sound here.
So now the premium Bandai stuff that's all different colored boxing, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be anything premium Bandai. I actually have a couple. So here's one. It's always gonna be like a faded,
Okay.
almost like this. Like you see the difference between the faded, and then here's one as well, where it's like a faded.
Oh, okay.
So and then
Okay.
versus, I got a regular box. So just for this,
That's
here
just
is just a regular. This is a regular Master Grade box. It's fully
Okay.
covered in stuff, and stuff is
Okay,
falling
and-
out of this box and hitting me.
Which one's that one? Strike?
Now this is Strike. This is the one we were doing. It's actually done. We have it done and up.
Okay.
Everything ready. I'm gonna do some panel line to it and
Give it to work.
decals and give it to work and give it some love it needs. But yeah, that's basically all my pickups here lately. I will say this disclaimer: I'm saving my budget for what I normally pick up because the USA Mobile Suit Gundam base tour is coming to Cincinnati, and I'm about to have a
Ooh.
heyday for that.
Oh wow.
Oh
You
yeah.
can walk in there and just throw your wallet at people like,
Oh,
take
I'm
the money.
Chuck it. I'm good. Chuck it at them. Like the TikTok where like the guy just banging his card on the table.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be me.
Oh my god. Please just take it. Okay. All right. Well, Jim, did you get anything new?
Not really.
Or did you? Hey, how did your SDCC work?
What?
How did your SDCC pickups go?
Oh, only got one. Only got one. It's in shipment right now.
Okay.
I need to find the Wicked Witch of the West. I need to find her. I gotta find her.
I went today. I didn't find anything today.
I know. I'm not gonna be able to find her. Like she sold out so fast.
Okay.
And then all of those on our way. So I'm gonna have her soon.
Did they ship today? Because I got a notification that my stuff shipped today too.
Mine shipped this morning. Devil Homer came in. Poochie came in. And that's really about the only big things I got so far. But I was saving myself for the Deadpool movie. Which was fantastic. And spoiler warning now, go watch it.
That's not a
That's
spoiler.
it. That's all I can say about it. Just go watch it. If you like the other two movies, you're gonna love this one.
I heard it from a lot of people. It flopped, but I also heard before you attack me, I saw it coming, but I also heard it was because like people who don't understand that type of movie were the ones critiquing it, where it's like people who are like, people who are like in love with that type of stuff loved it, but people who are like legit film critics were like, "Nah, this isn't for us."
Yeah,
even though like,
yeah. I don't know.
Hard to
Like
say.
everything I've seen for the most part, like Rotten Tomatoes has it pretty high. Everyone who's like reviewing it's pretty much anyone who's reviewing it who understands it's a Deadpool movie is reviewing it well. It was a fun Deadpool movie. Like it was fun. I had a good time. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone because it's one of those movies you have to watch. Like you have to watch it to get it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't want to be like, oh, this happens, this happens, this happens. No, it's
All right.
fun. I will say the chemistry between Logan and Wade. So perfection.
They're meant for each other.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Well
All
worth
right.
it. Yeah.
Ah.
Then
So
what did you
yesterday,
get?
I spent a little bit of extra money on myself, so I got that Kaiju 8 shirt.
Yeah.
Picked up I don't know why, but I picked up this Super Saiyan Goku Rose Goku Black.
So Goku
Oh.
Black is actually a bad guy.
Well, I'm
Is he
returning
from an
him.
alternate universe?
So he's from the like third season of Super,
Or
where
Super?
he's a bad guy who takes he clones someone clones Goku basically, and
Oh,
so he's
okay.
like Goku way stronger. So his Super Saiyan version is pink haired, and it's like Super Saiyan God like level 2.
Okay.
I haven't got that
Alright.
far yet. I'm like really close to hitting that arc.
So I also got this Shinobu fan favorite. Can't pass it up. I ordered it off of Funko on the Thursday drop, but then I was like, wait, they should have them in store. So I went and picked up one. So I'm gonna have 2 of them now. And then
Side note, Box Lunch is such a good store.
I love Box Lunch. It's so fun.
Box Lunch is awesome.
They sell like the stuff that you would normally never find in
Yeah.
anywhere else. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I stopped at Five Below on the way home today, and I picked up some more of those Funko little Demon Slayers, the little like pop vinyl looking things. So I bought the 2 I was missing, and I told a kid, I was like, "F them kids, man." So
I will
No.
say so like mini final those mini ones. So
yeah.
I ended up picking up I only have 4. So I have 2 from My Hero and I have 2 from the Disney set, and it's Chip and Dale.
Okay. All right.
And so I want to have them at work. I need to take them to work because I want to have some Chip and Dale at my office because it's really funny. I'm like, I got Chip and Dale right here. It's like just 2 Iskay jokes, like just like Chip and Dale dancers.
All of them.
That's good.
But yeah, so that was my stuff, and I still got to go renew my GameStop membership. They wouldn't let me do it today.
They wouldn't let you do it today?
Yeah, they said it was on auto renew, and they couldn't tell me what card it was or nothing. And then when I looked up my information, it was up in Arizona, and I was like, let me just cancel all this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
So
that
you're
was
telling
it.
me I use your GameStop rewards for someone else?
No. Yes. No. Yes.
You've
He's trying to rack up them
West.
points.
It's it's the I think it's Aaron's fault.
Aaron's fault?
Yeah, he's a government plant.
Well, I know that. He's trying to sneak in here while Jacob's away and
That's
trying to
what
get
it is.
information out of us. I know what it is. I know exactly what's happening. I know. We know. But we're not gonna let him know we know. Because we know he knows that we don't know that he knows that we don't know that he knows that we know.
You lost me. So,
That's the point.
Exactly.
all right. So Aaron, when did you get into this hobby?
So basically, I got into it hardcore within the last year and a half.
Oh.
I built my first Gunpla, believe it or not, back in like 2017. Because I remember I went to my local hobby store. It was a hobby town to get a LiPo battery, and I forget what it was for. But the aisle for the Gunpla was facing away from you, to where like if you didn't know it was there, you would have missed it. But the battery section was all the way in the back, so I had to go all the way in the back to get the battery. And I turned around and I saw it. Had I not watched the anime, I would have had no idea what it was, and I would have just walked on past. But I did. I do know Gundam. And I looked, and my jaw kind of just dropped. I was like, what am I looking at right now? And like I kind of
You
just
had
stopped everything I was doing.
you had your you had your come to Gundam moment, right?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
to Jesus.
it was a come to Gundam moment, and I walked straight to it. It almost felt like I was floating on
I
clouds,
feel like I
going
need to
straight for
bleep
the
out
aisle.
half of this conversation.
Okay.
And I remember looking, and I saw a lot of them I didn't recognize, but then I remember seeing the Wing Gundam. Wing Gundam is very close to me because that was the first Gundam I ever watched back in like 2002, being in like the second grade. Anybody remembers the OG anime
Oh yeah.
watchers? They remember Toonami. Getting off of school, getting off the bus, rushing to get my homework done, get a snack, sit down and watch some Wing Gundam, watching Dragon
Damn right.
Ball. And I remember seeing the four of them, and I remember seeing Sandrock. I think it was because Sandrock was cheaper out of all, because I already spent a crap ton of money on my batteries. And I was like, I kind of looked at it, I was like, ooh, I was like, but I want this really bad. So I picked up Sandrock, and it took me like 3 or 4 days to build because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know I need tools. I had to go back to Hobby Town to grab some nippers, and I didn't realize everything was in Japanese. And I was like, oh boy, I was like, this is different. And I'm not, at that point, I wasn't into hobbies like that. I just saw it and I was like, I want to do this. But then I moved in with my then wife or girlfriend turned wife. We got married. And I kind of just tossed it away because it was like starting to fall apart. It was getting dusty. And I just didn't care for it that much. I was like, whatever. It was fun. And it was like years later. And I kind of threw it off or threw it away. But yeah. And then fast forward, here I am now. I was into Warhammer like crazy. I know it was a super long story, but I was into Warhammer like crazy. But then with my work schedule, I work Wednesdays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it makes it insanely difficult to find people to play with. Everyone wants to play Warhammer on Wednesday because it's Warhammer Wednesdays. So I sold all that stuff, and I was like, I want to dive into Gunpla. Because I had bought a couple high-grade kits off of Amazon just for the heck of it. I'm like, all right, this is my new thing.
Okay. What's your preferred build though? Like, is it high grade, master grade, perfect grades? Master grades. Okay.
Master. I've never built a perfect grade. I'm hoping that changes soon. I'm seriously looking at what perfect grade I'm going to get. It's probably going to be Exia, but I'm keeping my options open. But master grade is for sure the best in my opinion because it takes a little more time than your other ones. Not perfect grades though, but the articulation, the detail, I love the inner framing on it because high grades, they don't have that. But high grades, though, I love and I've gotten into within the recent like year because I got some of the Witch from Mercury kits and then I kind of fell in love with the high grade line because they're so easy to put together. It's like you want to build, but you don't want to sink time in for a master grade. So like, I'll just grab a master or a high grade.
Right.
That's what high grades to me are. High grades are kind of like my break from master grades.
Oh yeah. And when you started building, did you actually get into watching the other seasons as well, or were you already
once I got into Gunpla, I started to go back and watch all like more Gundam than I have. I haven't watched them all, but that's when I got into 00. It was from Gunpla. And it turned quickly to my favorite one because Exia. Because I remember one of the first scenes, it was Exia coming down to the arm show. I forget what faction
and
it was. There was like
messes everything
and just like, messes up. Oh hey, like
Yeah.
this high tech you guys created, it's nothing.
Nothing.
It's
Yeah.
nothing. It is shreds of metal. And he just like you could see him, and they're like, and my favorite things about Gundam anime. It cracks me up every time because in every Gundam anime, the synopsis is that Gundams are the unknown. It's always like the force that comes, and everyone always looks. They're like, oh, Gundam. They're always like they're so like Gundam. And it's always just so and like at that scene, like the guy's looking through his binoculars, looking at Exia, and he sees like the Gundam on his head, and he goes, "Oh, Gundam!" And it's just I don't know, I just find it hilarious when they do that.
The one thing about 00 that I really loved is it took away from it went a whole different direction than what we normally see with the GN drives, and that was like really something different because normally you're used to like boosters and fuel cells and stuff. But so when they introduced the GN drives, which then later turns into Trans Am modes and stuff completely changed the game for me, and that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, it was different for sure. It was a different type of, and I loved like for 0-0, it was like they were like these people who like wanted to like eradicate war from the world. So they were like a force that kind of just became out of nowhere to other people, even though it's been in the works forever. Like the Olia Skinberg had this plan that he was gonna eradicate the war and injustice from the world. And the GN drives were cool, and it was just like they're some of the most iconic ones for me.
They were doing overwhelming force to stop war itself, and it's a very interesting concept. It doesn't always work, but it was really cool, and it was very interesting to see as a Gundam series. Like, oh hey, they're gonna become terrorists.
It was something different.
The one thing that bugged me a little was when I can't remember the pilot name. He passed away. He died in the show, and they're like,
Lock On.
they're like, by the way, here's his replacement. It's his twin brother. And I was like that Jim Carrey where he spits out the water. He's like, oh, come on.
Right. Like they just really just brought in like, and it was like one of those things. I thought that was cheap to do in my opinion.
I was
like,
like,
they could have brought someone differently. Like really, like maybe you guys just cloned Lock On.
I know we're talking Gundam, but the only time that ever really, really, really worked was in a beer fest where the big dude dies and his brother shows up. It's the same dude.
Yeah, same guy.
Same exact dude. And they're like, you look just like your brother.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sorry. It reminded me of that. But yeah, no, I was such a cheap thing. But did you see the trailer for the new movie? I think it is.
I forget what it is.
For Requiem?
Requiem of Fire or something like that.
Requiem of Vengeance.
Vengeance, yes. I cannot wait.
Yeah. I love that how it looks, but I know with Real Engine, it kind of has a real hard time with like people's mouths moving. So
wait. They did it all in Real Engine?
Yeah, all the movie was in Real Engine.
Real Engine 5 or 6?
I'm not too sure which one it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because so I'm sort of like, I watched a trailer for it. I'm like, this reminds me. Remember Final Fantasy, the movie for Final Fantasy 7? You remember that one?
Yes.
It reminded me of that. I'm like, okay, hold on. Like it was all the characters look like it.
Okay.
Like, I was like, all right, these all look like Final Fantasy characters, and
but I like the idea, and I like how they modeled the mono eyes.
Yeah.
See that?
I love how they modeled both of them.
Yeah, I like how the light features on the mono eye. Which, if people are listening, they're also called Zaku's. So,
yeah.
But I
will say,
yeah,
I like the fact you're getting a story from the Zaku's. The Zaku's, like you're getting like the Gundam's the bad guy,
yes,
and like the scary guy, and I'm here for that. I want to see Gundam as a bad person.
Yes.
Yeah,
like every time,
legit. Like I was sitting to watch trailer, like, all right, I'm going to watch it because I want to see the Gundams be bad people, like.
Yeah,
like the last Gundam thing I watched was Thunderbolt 1 and 2, where the Gundams and the Zaku, they weren't both they were both bad people, but they weren't both good people.
Mm-hmm.
So I want more of that from my Gundam, where it's more morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Ambiguous, yes.
I tried watching C, but I just couldn't get into it. It was so rough for me.
Oh, C was super long.
Yeah,
Seed was super long, and it was super horny as well. There was part like I was like, all right, kid, let's watch some Gundam. And I sat my two 12-year-olds, my 3-year-old, and then like a scene would come on with like I was like, oh gosh, no, this is not what I expected.
We're not watching this Gundam, we're watching another Gundam.
Nope, we're gonna watch another one. We're gonna watch one of the other ones.
It's like
this
is the wrong.
It's the wrong button, guys. We're gonna watch G Gundam.
Yeah,
we're gonna watch Gundam Build Fighters.
Oh,
exactly.
Ow! No. Oh yeah,
that's the one for kids.
Yeah, G Gundam was really the one thing. So G Gundam is set apart from everyone else because in all the other series, if you've ever noticed, they've always been the Gundam units have always been like insurrectionists or a terrorist organization or anything. But G Gundam
war fighters.
But yeah, so G Gundam is the first one that's not that. they're just fighting to crown a king of Earth, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I like that. G Gundam is probably my second favorite. So,
Okay.
love
Yeah, I
that.
know. It's terrible. Like, I know. I do a podcast with it every week. I get it. I know you're disappointed, but don't be mad at him. I understand.
I'm not mad at all. I'm just having a good time. But no, but side note, I looked it up. The movie was made with Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, all
5,
right,
not 6.
6. I think it's still in development, or I think it's still in development, or it's right about to be released, or it's starting to be released. I just thought maybe like they were going to do it in that one, but like it's on Netflix, and I get Netflix is trying to do that whole CGI stuff,
Okay.
and I'm okay with that. But like sometimes it looks messed up, and it don't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, from what I saw, them trying to talk is like really bad. I was like, you know what, I can
There's
get past that.
one
Gundam
series on Netflix that I absolutely love, but the CGI for it makes it really hard to watch at first. It's called Knights of Sidonia. If you like Gundam, you'll like Knights of Sidonia. It's really
Look that
cool,
up.
but the
I'm
first
gonna write that
4
down.
episodes hurts to watch because it just looks all messed up because the CGI is all wonky. But then the story takes over and it makes sense for the story for them to be all wonky because they're not really humans anymore. Like they're like there's like one person moves differently than everyone else does. If that makes any sense. So
Right.
the main character you're following is still human. Everyone else is no longer human, and so they all
Oh.
move weird because they're no longer human. Well, the main character is human, so it makes sense. It just looks
Yeah.
weird, and you're very confused to like episode 4. They explain it. You're like, oh, that
Yeah.
makes total sense now.
Well, it always. I know that it's always like hard to capture human motion on like to track it for like sports games or stuff like that because it's everybody's different, so it's always going to be hard to capture human motion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look that up. If it's just like Gundam, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, space war between humans or remnants of humans versus like a alien virus. Really cool. Highly recommend it. The theme song is a banger, man. Like it's really cool, and I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna watch this. And I watch it, I'm like, okay. Episode 4 comes around, I'm like, oh, okay. I plowed to the rest of it. It was fantastic. It's one of those series you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I get upset with, I tried my best to get into Evangeline, and I couldn't.
Evangelion.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evangelion, or
Did
however
you
say
watch
it.
the series or the movies?
I don't know.
Watch the movies.
Watch
Go
the
on Amazon
movie.
Prime, watch the movies on Amazon Prime in like 4K. Like watch them over there.
They're good.
The first movie's a little boring. Once you get to the second movie, it picks up because the first movie is just retelling the same story that everyone's already
Right.
heard. The second
Okay.
movie really picks up. The third movie, there's a little lull, like the midway point, there's a little lull, about 30 minutes of lull, where it gets a little weird. And then the fourth movie just takes completely off the walls. Like you're like, oh Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look
It's
that
a
up.
really fun series. Just the anime was like very 90s anime, where it's
yes.
very it's hard to explain it to someone who doesn't like who can't get into it. But like you remember the 90s anime where it was a lot of like talking, and because it was easy to animate that?
Yes.
Same concept.
Yeah.
A lot of
Okay.
talking. It's easy to animate talking. Really hard to animate giant robots fighting. But the giant robots fighting fucking cool.
Yeah.
Really
So-
cool.
Now, so that we're talking about old school anime and stuff. Watching, did you ever watch Akira?
No, I never watched Akira.
Sir, it's
Either.
pronounced
Oh.
Akira.
Okay,
So
that's
I met someone named Akira
so
a couple days
I would
ago.
say suggest that to watch too. That's a really good one.
Just
Yeah,
do not
movie.
watch it while doing mind altering substances. Watch it
All right.
sober.
Okay.
Watch it sober. Trust me, I tell you this was watch it sober. It's good. Just you want to be sober watching it. It's all hand drawn. Everything in that movie is hand drawn.
Hand-drawn.
Everything, including the back.
That's
all the
dope.
backgrounds
That's
all hand drawn. It's fantastic. Do you remember? Okay, so you watched Toonami growing up, right? You watched Toonami.
Yep.
Mhm.
Do you remember the show Deep Blue Sea or Blue Submarine #6?
Yes. Wow.
That sounds very familiar.
That sounds
Blue
wow.
Submarine #6. It was such a weird freaking show. like it was a really weird anime where like Earth has become Waterworld and like there's these mermaids and stuff, and like it's such a weird show because everyone I've ever asked about it has never seen it.
I do
I've been
know what you're
watching it.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's like 6 episodes. It's an OVA series. It's
it was
really
a very
weird.
short.
Yeah, it was super short and it was super weird. But yeah, I just remember it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it came on, I saw that right after I saw the first 2 episodes of Evangelion. Because Evangelion came on, then that came on. But it was a weird, it was a robot or giant. It was some kind of anime week from Toonami. I remember seeing that, and it was Evangelion. It was Deep Blue Sea Submarine number 6, and then it was Cyborg 009.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And then
deep
Sailor
cut
Moon and
right
something
there.
else for Friday. But I remember that got me hooked on Evangelion because Evangelion was so cool. I'm like, that was amazing.
Did you notice that they brought Toonami back on Friday evenings?
Like
I
recently,
don't have
like
TV.
now.
Yeah, like last month. Yeah, but
Is it just reruns?
It's reruns of the old animes that we used to watch, like old Dragon Ball.
Because I remember when they shut
I'm
it
okay
down.
with that, but I'm not going to spend money on TV because I have a thing back there that doesn't let me spend money on things.
You got that 100,000 terabyte network.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, when it goes self-aware, I'm moving to Mexico. So
you won't be safe anywhere.
The last thing we need is Arnold Schwarzenegger popping up looking for Jim.
I'm here to kill you.
Yeah,
I am here for you.
I'm helping you. If you want to live, take my hand. No,
get in the chopper.
Put down the cookie. No, I'm not going to. It's my cookie.
Oh my god. So now that you're on, because you just recently joined TikTok not too long ago.
Yeah.
And you are on a road to 1,000 followers. And where are we at right now?
We're at 1,047. We
Jim, insert some party poppers, I guess, somewhere in the edit. Okay.
That Pitbull music.
I got it. I know exactly what to do with it. I got you.
Okay.
I got you covered. Don't worry.
So how were you able to go live before? Because isn't it at like 1,000? You're able to
500.
Oh, so they
I didn't know
they
this
gave
because
they gave us the British rules.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
When Billy when he first got into TikTok, it was 1,000, and he was like so upset when he was like 998. And still couldn't go on. So I made a TikTok account to follow him to make sure you get 999, and then someone else followed him. Like, congratulations, Billy, you did it.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so have you actually, since you've been on, have you actually found your groove in there? Your people, like the core.
I have definitely found my people. I should say my people have found me.
Okay. All right.
From early on, I got really lucky and got connected with some really good people in the Gunpla TikTok community. Name off some of them: King Kryptonius, New Type Tim, Van, Patrick Ohm. Just to say,
Avenger 57.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, but those people they literally were just had my back. Like, were there mentoring me, like, hey, so you should be doing this. If you want to hit this, do this, do this, do this. And I didn't ask for that. And they were always hitting me up and telling me how I need to do it. And they kind of helped me. And they didn't do it so much to where it was I was just a copy and paste. So I always just wanted to do my own thing. And I love that I found my people to just go on this journey together. Because I think I started this page. I started the TikTok on May 25th is when I sent out my first TikTok of introducing myself. I didn't know how TikTok worked. I just put the TikTok out. And from then on, now I've really dove into how the algorithm works, what I need to do, how I need to do it, when I need to post, how I need to post, what hashtags to use with it. It's TikTok is more intricate than what you think it is. And it's insane because I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this at all. And then, I would post at least 3 to 5 times a day. Maybe 2 to 3, not 3 to 5, but 2 to 3. And that's kind of slowed down a little bit because I've kind of I've drawn back on what I've been doing because I had one of them. One of the people I mentioned, he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, it's great what you're doing, but you need to find you need to find your niche." And I at
Mhm.
first I had no idea what that word was, so I had to look the word up. It was like your specialty basically. And I kind of thought I was like, what do I really like doing? I was like, I like taking pictures of them. I like posing them. I like taking pictures. So I was like, all right, my thing can be photography. So it's like my motive and my mission to wake up to try to do this and try to succeed and grind is that, when people are talking about like photography, plastic models, anything, not even Gunpla, it's, oh, have you I want people to basically have a conversation with someone like, oh, have you seen what FreezyBuilds posted the other day? Or oh, you should check out this person if you want to look at this stuff. And I'm the person they're recommending. So yeah, that's kind of like that drive to keep going and doing that every day. And I'm super blessed to have reached 1,000 as quickly as I did, and just consistently grinding. And the people always helping me, being there, and always having that open door of asking them questions. They will answer everything I throw at them, and it's awesome.
I know that TikTok has been in a lot of turmoil lately, but I do have to say you will meet some of the coolest people on there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I sure as hell have, and it's got me. I mean, I post stuff, but now I got Instagram, Threads, Twitter. I got it all, and and it's always fun to join a live, and then those people like freak out. They're like, "Oh my god, a Zio to Heroes here!" Like they were like, "We love listening to your stuff," and I was like, I'm just sitting there looking at my phone. I was like, "This is we jump timelines again. What's going on here?"
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for letting me be here. Second of all, bullshit.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Yeah, the coolest thing about TikTok is definitely being able to go live.
Hmm.
Is the whole live thing, because now I see a lot of people who have come back, who keep coming back and forth, and and I'll recognize them too. And it's good that it feels like I'm doing a good job building that community, because I too want to build that community, have my little part of it, because I'm not trying to create this whole thing, because there's already a formula, what we call Gunpla community, and I'm not trying to make my own community. I'm just trying to add a division to it, add what I can bring to it. I feel like I can be good and get people going, talking, make them feel like they can just let themselves loose, make sure that everyone feels like they belong. That's the biggest thing too. At the end of the day, is I want to make people feel like that this hobby is for them, because there are times Gunpla can get toxic. I mean, I will be the first to say, Gunpla community can be very toxic, because there will be the people who want you to build their way and don't like it that they want to build your own way, and you spend your money on your Gunpla kits. I'm telling you right now, FreezyBuild says build them however you want. That's the biggest thing. Build them however you want. You're spending your hard-earned money on that kit. You do what you want with it. If you want to paint it pink, purple, and black, whatever, polka dots, do what you want. That's the PSA right now.
That's what I say too. Like I always crack jokes about people taking their toys out of the box and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm just cracking jokes, but it doesn't bother me. You spent your money on it, go right ahead, Especially with Gundam, like Gunpla, like how else are you gonna build it,
Right.
It's like what? Some genie's gonna pop in there and boop, done.
Come on.
No.
Yeah, it can get pretty harsh. There's a lot too. It's like you'll see it. It's almost as if the Gunpla community is this big old thing, and then there's like cells within it, and those cells within it try to compete to be the best. It's like let's all get along.
Yeah, that's like every fandom. Like we have in the Power Rangers fandom too. So it's not like it's not a solitary issue. It's every fandom has it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Look at the SpongeBob fandom. They're crazy.
Really, SpongeBob fandom's that crazy?
I can't imagine them being crazy.
They're SpongeBob fans, dude. They're all nuts.
I don't know. I didn't realize people obsessed over SpongeBob like that.
Dude, it's a thing. Like I'm not part of the community, but I see this is a subreddit I follow called Bikini Bottom Twitter or something like that. And so the guy who created SpongeBob came out recently and said, yeah, SpongeBob's autistic. and some people freaked
Oh
out about
yeah,
it.
the voice
Yeah, some
actor of
people were not.
SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, she's autistic, and people were not having it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
What's wrong with
calm down.
that?
But I will
Yeah,
say
I have a
though,
nephew's autistic, and it's fine. What's wrong
the
with that?
older I will say the older you get, the more relatable you are to Patrick. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I related to Patrick when it dropped when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
no,
like,
I'm
this
like,
is
I just have to
Patrick.
admit that I am Patrick.
Yeah, it's like when he says, I have $3, I'm like, that's my life.
I like the
I
episode
will
when I get
say,
trapped in Sandy's dome, and he's like,
Oh
"Who you
yeah.
calling pit?" He's like, "Who you calling pithead?" And I was like, "That's me." Like just
Oh
with that little once too. Like he's like, "Who you calling pithead?"
now my question
I
is,
can relate.
have you
oh
seen
my
Bluey
god.
yet?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I know, right? Bandit
Oh
Life. I just want a Bandit Life. That's all I
I
want.
haven't watched it like religiously, but like I always try to get my son because I always see the TikToks of like the parents getting more from Bluey than their kids will. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
all right, son. Like my son would rather watch Thomas the Train and Paw Patrol. I'm like, let's watch Bluey. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I just watch Bluey. I'll watch Bluey on my own sometimes.
Dude,
Just
Bluey
to
is
like,
fantastic. It's one of those shows.
there's some good life lessons in there.
I was not
Yeah,
prepared for
yeah.
Bluey at all. I was not, and the wife wanted to watch it really bad, so we ended up watching it, and it was amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, we obsessed for just a little bit, like just a little bit. It was good though. It was really good. The worst
Yeah.
part, so we went to go hang out with her. We went to go hang out with her mom for a little bit, and we ended up. And she's like, "You need to watch Show Bluey. You need to watch Show Bluey." And so I pulled up my computer. I'm like, "We're gonna watch a couple episodes of Bluey because it's like 7 minutes long anyway." So I'm like, "We'll just watch a couple episodes. It's fun." So I sat down and watched a couple episodes of Bluey, and she's like, and her mom was like, "I never knew this could be this good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?" It's a really good
Like
show.
the
Oh yeah.
SpongeBob voice. 3 hours later.
Pretty much, like
Yeah.
it was about to get started, and like we watched like 2 episodes. I'm like, that's it. That's all we're watching is 2 episodes. She's like, we can watch more. I'm like, we're not watching more. We're watching two
We're
episodes
not getting
max.
sucked in this rabbit hole.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not gonna be here all day. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
It's a trap.
Nope.
Oh man.
I say that a lot. It's
Mhm.
relatable that I say that Admiral Akbar. Like I'm
Oh
at
yeah.
work, like someone will ask me to do something, or I'll hear someone else say like they can go do this, and I'm just like, it's a trap. It's just
I
so
do the
relatable in everyday life.
I do the same thing, and I mean I even shake my face and it's like it's a trap. Yeah, I do the same
What
thing.
species
Yeah,
is Akbar? What species is he?
I. That's
I
a
don't top
good
of my head.
question. Hold
Admiral
on.
Akbar. You gonna find it
Yeah.
right now? My current work culture right now, we're stuck on your mom. So any time it says anything, your mom, and it switches from that to that's what she said right now. To be fair, I'm like the youngest person in the office. Like there's one person younger than me, but I'm like the youngest, second youngest,
Okay.
and everyone's like in their 50s.
So he's from the amphibious mon calamari species.
Yeah. Okay.
From what planet?
Doesn't say. There's a lot going on in here. I
No,
don't got
I will
time
highly
to do.
recommend. He actually has a moment in Clone Wars. He has an episode of Clone Wars.
Okay. Okay.
The series, he actually has a whole
Yeah.
episode. They're like 2 or 3 episodes, to be fair with you. And he's really good at that. And then he's in Rogue One, which was fantastic. And then he's in the other movies.
Okay.
Rogue One was
Dude,
one of my
Rogue One
favorite
should
parts
not
of
have
it.
been good. It should not have
Yeah.
been good. So the
It was
production like what was going on with that movie?
no.
It did like 5 directors, 7 rewrites. They lost a bunch of money like filming it. Like there's
That's
scenes in the
crazy.
trailers that never happened in the movie because they were just reshot scenes.
We shot so
That
many
movie
times.
should not have worked, but it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It has one of the best space fight scenes,
Oh my god, right.
in my opinion. Like it was I will randomly every once in a while I will think of it and just Google like YouTube
Oh yeah.
like battle
Alright.
like the battle of and just watch that space fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
I'll go
when
back.
the hammerhead goes straight into that Star
Mhm.
Destroyer and just like I was like, man, this is like
Oh,
legit.
do you want a really good space anime? Like
Let's
really
hear it.
good.
Let's hear it.
There's 2 of them. There is Astra Lost in Space, which is more current. It's a newer one. And that was really good, like fantastic. A really good like murder mystery going on too with it. It's really good. And then there's Planet, but Planet, but ETS, Planets. That one has the most realistic nicotine bitch fit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's an episode where the captain is trying to go smoke a damn cigarette, but they're in space, so you have designated smoking areas, very designated smoking areas, and they keep him blown up. And you see this lady get more and more pissed off when she cannot smoke. And I was really like that. You see the most realistic version of that in all of anime ever. Like this lady very pissed off with it.
Dang.
Also, if you want a really good space show, watch The Expanse.
I heard that's good. I haven't seen it.
I finished the book series. The book series is fantastic. The show is really good. Like it's a solid 8 out of 10. The books is like a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay.
This is just a regular show, right?
Yeah, regular show.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Amazon original.
Yeah. So the main character, James, the guy who plays him is like completely blind. And so like you'll see these they'll have these moments where he's like staring someone down, squinting them down. He's completely blind. He's just squinting, he can't see shit.
Oh.
He's like but he's doing it because he can't see. He's completely blind. It's the funniest shit.
That's why he squints anyway. Like
he's just full on, like just squint, like full character moment, like just staring someone down. Like he's like, yeah, I can't see shit without the glasses, and it's totally me. I can't do it.
Okay.
Like okay.
So before we go any further, we need to hear some commercials from our friends.
Friends? Yeah, commercials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, this is a great Digimon podcast.
Whoa.
What did he just say to us? That is not a Digimon podcast.
It's not a Digimon podcast, okay. Like Billy said over there. No, this is a Power Rangers podcast.
Yeah, Jacob. Power Rangers.
That skull. Get it right.
God.
Welcome to Gundam Snips ASMR.
We're the only place we can listen in to Jacob snipping plastic.
Be prepared for double
trouble when he cuts his own finger
and calls the EMS
of Gundams
and gets a large bill in 6 to 8 weeks
of $4,000 for going 4 miles
that his insurance won't cover.
That his insurance will never cover.
He has to call the hospital and get an itemized receipt to lower the bill.
And then he has to fake his own death to get out of the bill entirely.
Cool, keep it together, could you?
Oh my
Come back in.
Welcome back from those commercials. F you. I don't know what that was for, but
kids are gonna listen to this. Kids will listen to this.
So,
what's wrong with
so Aaron, as you've mentioned earlier in the episode, you do have kids.
Yep.
Have they picked up anything from like what you've been doing, or are they still like trying to figure out what they like themselves?
Picked up. I forced them into Gunpla.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. No, I did not force them into Gunpla. It was one of those things where my two oldest, they're twins, and they're very different people.
Oh.
One of them, the one who is into it more than the other, I could tell looking at him. He's very articulate, and he takes his time doing like crafts, and he's into crafts and stuff. He will, and they have like these laptops they bring home from school, and his favorite thing to do, other than playing his Switch, is taking his Chromebook and putting a picture up and then putting a piece of paper and just tracing it and putting it on his wall. He loves doing that. And I looked at him, I was like, I can get you in the Gunpla for sure. I said, I'm gonna have to bring your brother along because he's gonna feel lonely. I was like, okay. So I took them to a hobby town down in Columbus, the one in Reynoldsburg. And I was like, and I looked at him and I looked at one of my sons, and he was like, you'd like to build one of these? He was like, yeah. And I think, well, actually, we have to rewind because I bought them kits for Christmas. because we were looking for like a little cheap Christmas, like their last gift. And I just like, all right, I'll get them some high grade Gunplas. Amazon was having them on sale for like $10.99. I think I bought one, the Ale Strike, and the other, the Destiny. And they both put them together. The one who's more sporty, he liked it. He was okay with it. I always felt like he only did it because we all did it, which is understandable as a kid. He wants to fit in. It's all good. But my other son, he was like, you could see like he was in it. He was nonstop. He started that thing and finished it in one go. Where my other son, it took him like 2-3 days to get it done because he was getting bored and he was getting like antsy. And but my other son, he just you could see he was right in his element, just zoned out in his own world. And I was like, okay, like, this is my seedling. I just got to water it properly. This is my seedling right here. So then I took them down to the hobby town and I let him pick out a couple kits, high grades. And he picked out a couple from the Witch from Mercury. And then my other son picked up a unicorn, which is a big mistake because the high grade unicorns were a mess for him to put together. And I was like, oh man, you should have just went with the Witch from Mercury. So those ones were so streamlined and clean. Yeah. And and then all the time he'll ask me, when are we going to some more Gundam? I was like, I like them. You're stupid, but I like that.
You're like,
then,
I was gonna say your face was like off of a "Don't Be a Menace" when he's like,
"Oh yeah, pretty much." And then my 3-year-old, I'm slowly getting him into anime because every once in a while he'll come up to me and just Kamehameha me. But he does it so hilarious because he doesn't do it like this. He'll like do this. He'd be like Kamehameha. He doesn't even say it all. He just says Kamehameha. He doesn't say it all. And I'll tell him I'm like Archer. That's his name. And I'm like, what does Naruto do? And he just goes, and he just puts his hands out like he does the rest. I'm like, I love it, kid. I love it. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to that. I usually let them form their own opinion about stuff. Like I feel like I'm not gonna force them into something they don't like. But my one, he's all in it. He's always asking me, when can we go down? When can we go again?
So I love when we talk to people that have kids because you get to see like how it rolls down to them and their perspective of it, and that's because that's a new generation that's going to be taking over what we're doing and keeping these companies alive, basically. You know,
absolutely.
So.
The only way Hasbro will stay afloat.
yeah.
Jesus. Oh my
God. And then would you like play Beyblade as well?
Oh man, I haven't seen those.
Whoa! You said Beyblades. Wait, so you get the new ones, all the new stuff?
Oh, the Beyblade X, absolutely. But I'll tell you this: the only reason I did was because Takara told me. Because from what I believe, because I haven't done it, because I don't want to say something and someone be like, "Oh, that's wrong." But from what I believe is that Takara Tomi's making the toys, but then Hasbro's distribute them in the like basically Hasbro's just the American distributor. Because on all of the Beyblades, you see the Takara Tomi's logo, and like I hated Hasbro Beyblades, like the new ones, like back in the day, like the G Revolution and the V Force, because I was really big in the Beyblade. That's actually. I haven't purchased it recently, but that's something that's a mini collector thing for me. Like in storage, I have like unopened boxes of Japanese Beyblades that are worth a pretty penny right now. Like the Dragoon V2, the Drawn one of the Drawnsers I think it's worth like 400 right now. Like one of the real good Drawnser Beyblades. But yeah, those were so fun. I loved playing with those as a kid. And then my 3-year-old, he loves playing. He can't rip the cord to save his life. So I have to dumb my launch down to like not like just blow him out the water. But that stuff is so fun.
I'd be like, no mercy. You know,
I did it the first couple times. I'm like, you know,
get good, son.
And like anybody's had kids or have talked with kids, like 3-year-olds, like that age is so awesome. And he said he will. And one time I beat him the first time because I did the whole no mercy. And he looked at me. He goes, "Daddy, I wasn't expecting that." I lost it because it was just so out of pocket. I didn't expect him to say something like that. He says, "Next time you won't beat me, Daddy." And it's just his wordplay. We think he's going to go beat you.
Next time you won't beat me. You're like, you sure about that?
You sure about that, son? Because at that point I was like, all right, we're not doing it. I let him win one time. But I'm one of those people. Some people like my wife will tell me I need to calm it down, but I'm not one of those dads that let my kids win.
Oh, right.
I am not one of those. I don't believe in the whole participation thing. Like
Yeah.
that's what's ruining our the kids. It's like give them participation. Like they think they deserve it now. Like I want my
Right.
kids to work for. I want my kids to work for it.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
I
that.
want them to smash that controller into the table at least 4 times before they even let them
Yeah.
come close to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, come at me, bro.
If I see them visibly upset, I might take it down a couple notches. I'm gonna still win. I'm not gonna brutalize them. Okay,
Yeah, you're
so
gonna
before
let
they
them
feel
have
really
some
bad,
hope.
I'm gonna let them have some hope, and I'm just gonna be like, because we play Smash Bros all the time, and my character is Mega
Oh.
Man, and he's such a good. It's a fun character to play, and they'll play like the really cheap characters that have all the special moves. I forget one of them. One of them plays as off the top of my head, um, Dark Pit, the guy with the wings, the angel looking guy. Isn't that Pit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One of them
Yeah.
plays as Dark Pit. And Dark Pit has this crazy move where he just throws his hammer, and my son will jab that button. And I'm like, quit button jabbing. I can't stand button jabbers. Like I pull off my combos. Like with my kids, it's like, all right, whatever. But every once in a while, I'll just look at it like, I'm gonna throw like a controller at you if you don't stop it. Because it'll be like the third or fourth hammer in a row, and I'm just looking at it like, really, dude? Like, this makes it
It's
not
like
fun to play with.
this remote going to go side your head.
It's gonna go upside your head. That is 100% correct.
Like what, from 50, 60 years from now, they're gonna be like, remember that one time you never let me win in Smash Brothers? And then that's why they're like wheeling you into the nursing home and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be
This is
you're
where
gonna
you're
already
gonna
be
be
in the
mad.
nursing home,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be like, you know that when you never let me win in Smash Bros, and just slowly put the pillow over your face. It's like
that traumatized them for their entire life.
Yeah.
That would be
like
crazy.
for the rest of your life, the rest like he's always gonna say something kind of sly, but you're never gonna really catch it, and then very end.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys into though? Like, what are you guys collecting right now?
That's a good question. Well, I was collecting the Power Rangers Lightning collection from Hasbro, but they discontinued it, and I've gotten into more Funkos and like physical swords and Demon Slayer comics. So I've been kind of dipping into everything here and there.
I'm in the middle of a move right now, and I picked up some Ava stuff, but that's really about it. Like Funko's Ava stuff, and I'm in the middle of a move, and like we've moved, but I haven't been able to set my office up yet. Like when we moved, my desk was too big, and then my bookshelves fell apart. So I was like, well, I'll get new stuff when we settle in, and it's been like 4.5 months.
Like Funkos are really cool to me. I don't collect them, but I can definitely respect the collectors that do it. Like Funkos are such a cool looking thing. Like I think I have like 3 Funkos, and it's just because they were Overwatch Funkos.
Oh,
and
really?
I was really into Overwatch in my late 20s. Like really into it. Like I let
that was very recent, sir. Late 20s. You just turned 30. Calm down.
No, I mean like mid. Let's say let's take it back mid 20s. Mid 20s.
That's 5 years.
Mid 20s, and I let that toxicity get to me. Overwatch is a very toxic game, and I would let it get to me. It was so bad, and it would turn me into a whole different person once that game started. I would be cussing out little kids.
I've heard rough things.
So bad, and like I would take my headset off, and I was like, "Ooh, that was rough." Like, what did I do? Like the werewolf turns back to the human, and I'm just like, "What did I do?"
It was that CS:GO is really rough. Like it's gotten a lot better, and Call of Duty was really bad there for a while.
Oh yeah,
back in the day, dude. Now they do the whole like voice banning now, which I think is kind of crap. Like back in that day, these kids wouldn't have survived a party chat. They would have never survived.
Like okay, so I never played, but like a few of my friends played, and like they said some racist shit. I had to look stuff up. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh my god, it's racist.
Ryan, that was the
like, Jesus.
That was the go-to insult in a Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty lobby. It was just like, really?
Yeah, there was words people threw out there that I had to look up, and I was like, wow.
You would have to look them up. You didn't even hear them before. You're like, what did you even say?
It's like,
what is this?
Like that.
Yeah,
that is some...
got like.
Speaking
I have like 3 of them. I have like Overwatch, I have a BlizzCon exclusive uh, Genji Sentai one. It was like the Green Ranger. It's like Sentai one. And
Yeah.
then like a couple like random characters. And it was just because I was really into Overwatch. But
Right.
Yeah. No, I have almost the entire collection of Simpsons. Like I
Right.
am like 5 away from having a full
I
collection.
have
and
almost the entire collection of Demon Slayer.
now that's cool. Now I remember going into a toy store in Columbus because I was searching for a certain Gundam that none of the stores had. And then it turned out the store was like a retro like toy gaming store. And I was looking at some of the toys I had as a kid, and they were like selling them for like astronomical prices. I was like, if I would have just kept this toy, if I would have just done this. Because I remember I had, not to get off the subject of Funkos, but the first thing that came to my mind is that I remember as a kid, I had this Soundwave Transformer toy that would
Oh
transform into
yeah.
a cassette player.
Right.
And that thing is expensive. And like, I remember, like, it was like, they were selling it for like $5.99. I was like, if I would have just kept this, and it would have been good. Like it was bizarre to me. But then they had a massive Funko section, and I was like, I would love to get a My Hero Function collection, or a My Hero would probably be my favorite one to do, and then probably after that, probably Demon Slayer because My Hero is my favorite anime right
Dude,
now.
My Hero this last season has been super fun. I like it.
So I read the manga. I'm a dirty manga reader, and I'm done with
Ooh.
My Hero, and I'm not
I'm
spoiling
proud of you.
anything.
No, I'm proud of you, man. Like, be a dirty manga reader, man.
And I
Like,
love it. Like Demon Slayer is
dude,
over
like
with. Demon Slayer is insane.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is intense. There's so much going
Like,
on
have
with
you guys
that.
read that?
I haven't read it. I've been watching the show though.
No,
So
well,
I've been watching the show. I've been going with the flow. I just want to watch the show.
yeah.
Like, I used to read the manga all the time. I used to always read the manga, but now I'm at the point now where I don't have time to read the manga. I can watch one episode a week.
it's like
I can do
it's
that real
kind of
quick.
convenient where I just use the Shonen Jump app on my phone to read, and I get a
Oh, okay.
notification whenever one of my favorite.
Yeah.
There's some that I like to buy because, like, for example, actually, where is it? This wasn't a recent pickup, but I've been collecting these Pokemon collector edition journeys, like the old manga
Oh,
of the
fair.
Pokemon.
The
Okay.
And
manga
I'm going to say,
the manga for
Pokemon
the
back in the day was out of pocket
Yeah,
oh
I
my
believe it.
goodness.
Yeah.
It's
because there was
it's way different. Like the
oh
manga
my
and the anime,
gosh,
completely different.
like back in the day, like I read the first one, and I was like, I'm going to read them and then I'll put them in my bookshelf, probably never touch them again. One of them, there was a snippet in the manga where it was the trainer was reading a newspaper and it had a picture of her like startled, and then she was holding her tentacruel, and the caption was, "That's the last time I take a bath with my tentacruel." And I was like,
See.
"Oh my gosh!" I was
Uh-oh.
like, "Oh my gosh!"
Mhm.
I was like, I just heard
It's
the
way
flip it.
different.
I was like, "Bloop."
Yep.
Like it's
No.
so much has changed. But yeah,
Oh,
Demon Slayer, you guys have no idea what you guys are in store for. Like, because I think only thing that's happened, they've been okay. You guys tell me because I always tell people like, what's the last thing you guys seen in Demon Slayer, so I know
I
how hard not to take it.
I saw where they get basically where Muzan sends them all to the Infinite Castle.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's like the last thing. That's like when the season ends.
Yes.
Or the arc,
Yeah.
the
arc
Hashira
ends.
training arc. So you guys literally have no idea the action that's coming your guys' way. It is like
Oh.
it is so freaking insane. There's so much wrapping up that's happening where it's like Demon Slayer to me is like a top tier manga. It's short. It's like 205.2 chapters. Like the last like the epilogues is like broken up into like an A and B. But like so much happens. It's insane.
I
And
saw
like
that. I hear that Zenitsu gets his come up in this the new in there.
So I didn't want to say anything, but yes, he does, and it is freaking awesome. And I mean, I'm reading my phone, and I'm like, I'm one of those people where I get hyped, where I'm like, I'll scream out. I'm like, let's go, boy! Like, let's go. Like I get hyped for that stuff, and I did it reading, and I'm just reading my phone. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay. So okay, my question here is, what was, because I'm sure you find out about it, but what was written on the paper that Zenitsu read that changed him? Because there was like a paper that he read on the boulder in the Hasha training arc, and then like it made him mad.
I do remember that, but I don't remember. It's been a while. And I've kind of fallen off watching Demon Slayer. I'm kind of letting it build up and just watching it all together. But I don't, because if I say it, if I remember what it is, I think it might spoil what happens soon.
Okay. Because my theory is that it's the Hasher that trained him died. That's what I'm thinking.
It could have been. But I don't think that was it. I'm pretty sure it has to do something in conjunction with the Infinite Castle.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
yeah. So that's
so my question for you, AA Ron, do you ever get into One Piece?
No. So I'll stop you with the AA Ron. Now, I have no problem with AA Ron. But I'm gonna tell you right now, firsthand experience, Key and Peele ruined my life with that skit.
Oh my god.
I believe this entirely.
They ruined my life. Every time it's like years and years and years after that skit. And like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, Aaron. Oh, like from Key and Peele. I'm like, shut your mouth now.
So we had an Aaron at my job for like 2 days, and we made fun
I
of him.
gotta see why he quit.
No, we didn't say anything until we left. Like, he just didn't show up anymore because, like, we had to make references to him because he has on some tickets. I'm like, it was AA Rod because we had an Aaron in HR, and Aaron's super cool, and AA Rod just up and left.
Okay.
So we made fun of him because he was an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that skit like made it hard for you. It's like the same thing whenever the name Karen was coined. So they said that there was the women that are on like dating apps or whatever named Karen are really hard to. They say it's really hard for them to find somebody.
If I was a girl, I would change my name on there. I would change my name on there.
Like the really bad part is, so there was a show called Will and Grace, and there was a lady named Karen, and she was freaking hilarious in that show. Freaking hilarious, like best character of the whole show. And like the name Karen ruins her character now. Like going back and rewatching it, I'm like, oh damn it.
Karen.
But yeah, Karen. But she,
you have Karen and Kyle.
Karen,
Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle's are the male versions of Karens.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking okay, so backtracking to the Funko talk, I just wanted to ask. We saw that the 6-inch versions of RX-78 and Sharzaku are on pre-order. Did you happen to get those yet? Pre-order those?
For Funkos?
Yeah.
No, but I'm about to look it up right now.
Look up Entertainment Earth, I think, has them as well.
Entertainment Earth and Big Bad
Entertainment
Toys, I think
Earth?
both.
Yeah.
I think
or Big Bad.
You can't use our code on pre-orders, right?
No, can't use a code on pre-orders. Yeah.
Damn.
But I think they're 25 a piece, but they're 6-inch. Yeah, they're 6-inch each.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pick those up. I didn't care for the Mono Eyes. I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick up RX-78.
Yeah. But this opens up a whole new world of like, because there's so many Gundam units that they can literally profit off of this.
Dude,
like, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the major one, like you can just do like the main protagonists from each series.
You can literally do a line. You could do a lineup of Gundam Wing. Like, I mean, come on, even put Epion in there.
You know what?
Epion, you got to.
So throw Epion out there as a NFT exclusive. Ruin the whole franchise. Let's do this.
Don't you NFT lock that thing?
The crazy thing is, Gundam's grown so much popularity here recently. Like,
it really has.
Yeah,
it really
like
has.
The Witcher Mercury was way more popular than it should have been. What's up? Call of Duty?
Yeah,
Call of Duty. The Call of Duty, they had the Call of Duty Gundam collaboration. I don't play Call of Duty that much, but you bet Rudy Tooty Booty that I bought all those skins. But sorry, go ahead.
No, they also had the RX-78 and Ready Player One. That was a huge moment. Oh my god, that was so cool. And like they made references. We had Pacific Rim. We had Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. We've had giant robot movies recently. Look at we had Ultraman. Ultraman is another another movie from that. We have Witch of Mercury. We have Thunderbolt 2. So much stuff's coming out for this high quality that it's resonating very well.
It's definitely picked up steam in the 10 years. You know,
to be fair, also it's really
even picked up with COVID. COVID was a really big thing that really jump started what I see was the perfect time because all that stimulus money, no one had time to do nothing.
Well, also on top of that, like the shows themselves are kind of political, and so like everyone who watched as a kid didn't get the political stuff then; they get it kind of now. Makes sense.
Now it's
They
a whole
all
different
just
thing. It makes
perfect
sense.
timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Like when we were
and I
kids,
love
we
it, though.
watched MS08, and
it looked cool, but we didn't get it.
looked cool, but then when you rewatch it as an adult, you're like, "Ooh, wow, okay,
Like,
this is a
oh,
lot,
Jesus.
lot
Like,
better."
you might be right there. You might be right there.
Yeah.
It's like, whew, man, whew. Yeah. No, it just it hits different now as an adult.
Very.
As an adult, it's
There's
way
there's
different.
a lot of stuff that hits different as an adult. It's insane. You're just like, oh, I don't remember that as a kid. Like, oh,
Real.
there's so much stuff.
We actually just had a conversation about this like this past week. Is like I rewatched the show and I was like, it hits different now that I'm an adult and I can
You
understand
everything.
Yeah.
Which one did you rewatch recently?
Oh, what was it? It wasn't a Gundam show. It was something else. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was an anime, and I was like, "Oh, this is a lot different than I remember now." Yeah.
I remember we talked about it. And we're like, it's way different now than we used to be. It wasn't Dragon Ball Z. It was Ooh, I cannot remember. Save my life.
I can't remember. Yeah, you can't remember. No.
Okay. Well,
right.
That's on us. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, we talked about it. We were chit chat about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Oh boy. Okay. But yeah, so that's been interesting to say the least. Oh man.
I will say, if you want to get into One Piece, watch the Netflix series. It's pretty good.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a One Piece hater, but I'm definitely not a One Piece watcher.
There's a lot of stuff I don't want to get into it.
I can't get into the anime.
My partner in crime has the
entire art style. I can't get into.
Yeah, no, she has the entire manga collection, the entire thing, and then on top of it, we have One Piece on the server. She got into it when she was in high school, and like she was like, "You need to watch anime." I'm not gonna watch anime. And the show came out. I was like, "I'll watch the show with you," and we watched the show, and it was really good. I'm not gonna watch anime. I'm not gonna read the manga. I'm just gonna watch the show. It was good.
Yeah,
it was fun. I was like, "All right, I'm here for it." It's like, you're not going to watch it? I'm like, not going to watch it.
Now there's like, how many episodes now? Like 1,500, like 1,500 episodes?
Over 1,000 episodes. It's
yeah.
over 1,000. There's over 1,000 chapters too. It's ridiculous.
That's insane. They're continuing.
They're remaking the series, by the way. They're going to redo the series as an anime. With way shorter seasons. So like each season is going to be 13 to 15 episodes at piece.
Yeah.
Instead of the overarching 30 something plus, so they're going to cut it way down.
I'm cool with that. You'll get me on One Piece then.
I think in total,
I'm locked in for that re-release.
They said in total it's going to be like 100 episodes in total.
Okay,
I'm cool with that. Because now, let's look it up. There's 1,112. Like 1,112 episodes.
I could do 100 something episodes. I could do 100 something episodes easy.
Like 100, that's fine. That's easy. But 1,000, no, I cannot do that.
So
there are people who love it.
So
there's obsessions for it.
So if you're like really into Gundam, have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like Gundam units from Heat Boys?
Yes, I have. Those look freaking sick.
Are they on your
I always loved TMNT.
Yeah, I just saw that they released a golden version of I think Leo or something.
Jesus.
But they look so cool. I totally would get them. I would totally get these things. Heat Boys. Boy, they'd be dropping the heat with those things.
That heat.
Yeah.
Like the rest, like the Michelangelo one looks like my favorite.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So now that we're talking about the Heat Boys and their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover, I absolutely love them. But you know what would make the Heat Boys much more money and much more popularity? If they had commercials like Feet.
Have you been teleported to the past? Or de-aged to look like a kid again? Or have you delivered a message to some strange woman who asks questions all the time? And are you stuck? Well, call TARDIS Taxis, the taxi service that don't get you where you want to go, but where you need to go. To book TARDIS taxis, simply call the number in last week's paper. Bookings are 6 months in advance. We cannot rearrange your booking, as it may rip a hole in the space-time continuum. Refunds are at the discretion of the Time Lords. Call TARDIS taxis, and we will get you home one day.
Well, I don't know if they'll accept those commercials, but we like playing them because they're always fun and entertaining. So, yeah. All right. Well, as we come close to this episode, we want to thank Aaron, or as he's known on Instagram and TikTok as FreezyBuilds. Thanks again for joining us tonight. And wow, we actually had a very solid conversation with you there.
It was a blast. It was my first ever podcast. I was kind of nervous that I was gonna like drag you guys down. I was like, oh no, please don't, please don't, please don't. But I have the gift of gab, as some people would say. But I appreciate you guys having me on. It was so much fun.
Yeah. And like I told you, we don't like to do the whole interview process kind of thing. We like to have like a natural conversation, and it builds it as it goes. And you actually you complimented it with us, so thanks.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Jam, shut up. No,
I swear to God, I will smack.
Okay, all right. But anyways, yeah. Where
gonna be able to find you at, Billy?
Well, Aaron, is there any other places outside TikTok and Instagram that people can find you at?
Oh, they can find me on YouTube at FreezyBuilds. And that's about it right now. Most of those, they aren't. I will say this right now. Most of those other socials aren't built up because I wanted to build TikTok first. And then hopefully my followers would migrate with me as I move between platforms. So we'll see how it works. But most of them they're a little bit barren and desolate, but there's more fun stuff to come. I promise you guys.
And that is FreezyBuilds, as in FREEZY. So, and it builds as normally it is. But yeah,
I know you can't spell builds, but it's BUILDS.
Oh, sorry, Jim. I do the big dumb sometimes. Okay.
Oh my God!
And also Instagram, it's FreezyBuilds1. Someone took my name.
That's right.
Someone took my name. Oh, and also at TikTok too. TikTok is FreezyBuild1.
Okay.
Well, you can just find me at FreezyBuilds. You probably find me. You can see the space on the profile picture. Even though people won't be able to see my face.
This is audio only podcast.
It's audio only.
Come on, man. But yeah, so thanks again, Aaron, for joining us. Definitely for all the listeners out there, go follow him. You can follow us too as Zio to Hero across the board. Interact with us, leave reviews, 5 stars, written reviews on Apple Podcasts. We'll read them out. We'll do it all.
Whatever you want.
We're going to Bell County Comic-Con next weekend, me and Jim. So expect to see our financial mistakes on
Are we
Instagram.
doing if you're gonna be there, we're gonna be there on Sunday.
We're gonna be there Sunday. So if you see us,
look for the Yeti and the small man walking next to him.
Yes. Well, okay. I'll
you are small compared to me. You calm down. That's right.
But all right. So, all right, guys, see you next time. And thanks again, Aaron, for so much for helping us out tonight and talking to us about whatever we wanted, I guess.
Cheers, guys.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zio to Hero? Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever. Jimbalee!
Oh, you're not lying. Like my perfect football time is mid-October. The Indian for us, because I guarantee it's hot for you guys all the time. But for us in Ohio, we have a good little Indian summer. Like after the first week of September, where it gets really hot, and it starts to cool off, and it's hoodie season. I love wearing hoodies. I am a hoodie guy. Like 90, or I would say about 85% of my wardrobe is hoodies. My wife can't stand that. I will wear a hoodie to anything and everything. Do not get mad at me, babe. But yeah, just sitting there, just watching, and it's just nice, warm. It's cool outside. We're warm inside. We're just watching football. It's the best.
You speaking the truth, man.
But I'll tell you what, bigger for me is soccer. I'm bigger soccer than I am football.
Okay.
Like Columbus Crew, a team in Ohio.
That's un-American, sir. No.
No, it's not un-American. It is un-American to some. But soccer for me is like trumps all.
Okay.
Yeah, I played soccer since I was 3. I mean, it was in my veins. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
Me
obsessed.
and Jim.
Go ahead.
So me and Jim played as real little kids. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I led our little league in all scoring of own goals. So
I was say I was about to hype you up. And then you were like, own goals. And I was like,
own goals.
oh.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Let's ready. We can do this.
So I don't do sports, so I played football. That was fun.
He has a shirt that says "I miss sports," and every time he wears, I'm like, "You liar!
You sound a total lies."
Liz has one that says "Yay Sports Team" or "Go Sports Team."
Oh,
I want one. Like,
I
yay
can
sports
totally
teams.
see that. I can totally see that on Liz because she looks mostly confused when you talk about it.
So talking about sports, she like glazes over. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's do this. Okay. Thanks for joining us again to this episode. Thanks again.
You want to try that one more word time?
This is the Zio to Hero podcast.